Hello from Ohio. What is good, everybody? Happy Sunday. Today was a back day with a little bit of legs, but we started off with pull-ups because it's one of the best back exercises around. Pull-ups will hit a host of your muscles, like your lats, it'll hit your traps, your delts, arms. It'll really form your upper body. The strength and stability that you can build from pull-ups will also transfer to every other lift that you do. So it's really one of those things that will also give you functional strength in other movements in life. So when you're doing your pull-ups, you just want to make sure that you roll your shoulders down and hold them there. You want to brace your core as well. And with the grips, you want to pretend like you're trying to bend them in. So you want to keep yourself really tight when you're doing your pull-ups. So I did about 3 sets of those, and then I moved on to squats. For squats, we had to do 3 or 4 sets, I believe. I didn't record all of them because with squats, sometimes I'm just like, all right, let's get through these because I don't want to do them. We don't have the best relationship with squats, but they are still important. Actually, I do appreciate that I recorded this because I would have preferred if I took these reps a little slower and focused on keeping everything tight. So my tips for squats are, I always go under the bar. I squeeze my glutes to get the bar off of the rack. And then from there, I take 1 or 2 steps, sometimes 3 steps backwards. You take a deep breath in, you brace your core, keep your upper body tight. You really need to keep your upper body tight. And then descend slowly and explode up. Breathing out when you come up, breathing in before you go down. So that is what I do. It's not always pretty every single time. Sometimes, you lose tightness and then squats a struggle, but if you just keep working on your form, it will eventually connect. One thing to keep in mind that it took me a while is that everyone's going to have slightly different squat forms. Some people's feet are going to be wider than other people's just due to their anatomy. So don't be stressed about squats. They're important. Take your time on them and you will have all the leg gains and you'll be very sore the next day as well. So right after squats, we moved into one-arm dumbbell row. And I like these because you can really take it slow and just focus on pulling with your lats. With back movements, when I was younger, I would pull basically with everything instead of focusing on my back, With a lot of these movements, pull-ups, for example, your biceps, your shoulders, your chest, like your whole upper body is going to want to help out. But you need to just focus on the muscle that you're targeting. So with these, I reach down and try to only scoop back with my lats and my back. I don't try to muscle it up with my biceps and my forearms, just only scooping it back with my lats. Now there is some flexibility with how you do these, but generally what I think is a good idea is try to keep your back as straight as possible. Some people will row higher because they're trying to target their upper back, but for me, I'm just trying to focus on my lats, so I'm scooping it up, and I'm even doing a little bit of a twist at the top just to get a little bit more range of motion. It was a tip that I heard from Steve Cook and years and years ago when I was trying to hey, how do I work out, and stumbled upon some of the videos. Another tip was that I should drop the weight, and that's something I'm implementing. I used to do rows with 80, 90 pounds. Now I dropped it down to 40 and 50, and I'm just focusing on that contraction rather than just trying to pull as much weight as possible. We don't do that ego lifting anymore. No more. So that is called maturing. After dumbbell rows, we moved on to pull downs, and I have honestly never really been great at pull downs. But I'm taking the same principles as I just said. I've lowered the weight and I'm just focusing on pulling with my back and not with my arms, which is just a natural tendency. So for these, I'll set it about shoulder width I'll grab the bar at about shoulder width or just slightly outwards. I'll try to bend the bar to engage my lats. So just think about bending the bar inwards and engaging your lats, and then pulling down with your lats. You'll also want to have your shoulders back. It's like this machine is essentially mimicking a pull-up. So if you just think about the same things as a pull-up and focusing on pulling with your back, that is the best way to do it. Go light. No need to go extremely heavy if you can't keep good form. So you'll see a lot of guys in the gym nowadays leaning back excessively and just jerking the weight down. No. We don't do that over here. No. We practice clean form so that we keep our joints safe and we don't get injured, because that is an easy way to get injured. You don't want to tear something. I will say some people, no matter what they do, they will not feel lat pull downs where they're supposed to. They'll feel it in their biceps, they'll feel it in their legs, their calves. And if that's the case, I would say just do a unilateral movement like the cable row. So with here, you'll see me, I'm really controlling negative, going slow after I pull the weight in, and I actually put my arm on my lats to increase that mind-muscle connection. So what I'm thinking when I'm pulling this is, okay, I need to squeeze here as I come back and then slowly release. So controlling that negative is really gonna help build that muscle and help you in future movements understand how to engage your lats as you're working out. I would say it's important to incorporate unilateral movements to help correct muscle imbalances and, quote unquote, strength the weakest link. So if you're doing those lat pull downs and you have a muscle imbalance, that side that's stronger can really take over and that could potentially lead to injury in the future. So practice safe sets. It's important. I did about 3 sets of these, or even 4 sets, and I really burned out on these. They're a great movement. I love them. I keep it lightweight, and like I said, I just focus on slowly releasing the weight and then pulling with my lat. So that's back exercises in a nutshell for me. Just think lightweight, focus on the pull, leave the ego at the door. I was actually going to finish up after these because I was pretty fried, but I did do one more movement. So this is going to be a lat pullover with a cable, and essentially it's like the same as doing a row. You want to keep your back straight, and with this, fully extend your arms, and you're just scooping the bar down towards your body, and you should be pulling with your lats. So the whole time I'm not using my arms to move the bar at all. I'm just putting them there as like a guidance. And you see in this second set here, I'm not even gripping the bar at some points. I'm just having my hands there. It's just like a mental cue, and then just scooping the weight. Right after this, I just finished up with some basic curls. I think I only did like 3 sets of curls. I kind of slacked on the arms today, I'm not gonna lie. But I just did 1 set of seated curls here. Sometimes with curls, I'm not a huge fan of doing like 1 curl at a time on each arm, although I do like doing a unilateral bicep workout. I generally prefer to do 2 reps on one arm and then 2 reps on the next. But as I wasn't really feeling biceps today, I just finished it off with hammer curls, and then we called it a night. So thank you guys for watching. It was a good workout. I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.